Welcome to episode 37 of the Buncha Grifters podcast, Treasure and Discovery this week, Brett. Which we're gonna embellish on that a lot because I have some interesting questions I want to ask you about discovery and stuff. But yeah, welcome. My name's Jeremy. This guy right here is Brett. And yeah, last week we had some goals. Last week I had a no jerk goal. Quick, go back to basics. Reserve yourself. Keep your energy in. Right. So killed it. Can't wait to get done with this podcast. It's gonna be great. Got the paper towel ready. And this week I'm going back. I'm sticking to basics. I'm going back to basics, but this time with a twist. There's a story that will be involved with it. On the Buncha Grifters Instagram, I'm going to post a story of me being in the gym and working out in the gym 3 times this week. So be it after work, probably after work, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, what are you doing? What did you do last week for goals?
Last week my goal was fantasy hockey prep, just get that all ready and set up. Not a whole lot I had to do, but it was just a matter of doing some inventory on the people in the league.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go for someone else to get in. So got that all sorted out. That's all set. Probably get the draft order ready here and get you in that group chat so everyone's good to go.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah. Very exciting.
Looking forward to it. And then my goal this week, so I'm going to reread this book I read last summer called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I feel like I just need to fucking
time to reread. Yeah, time to give her another one.
This book because it helped me a lot last summer. Definitely I was in a spot where I needed it and I kind of forgot about some of the stuff that was in there, so I'm going to give it a quick read again, but 15 minutes before bed every night.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Good stuff. That's weird you bring this up. Reading. I've been reading again more recently too. I finished this one book. I can't remember it. Strange Old Man. Yeah, that's some. I'm not saying it right. Oh yeah, right. I can get up. I'm not connected to any. This is the nice thing about a dynamic studio now. I can actually stand up if I want to. Perfect. Oh Jesus. Ernest Hemingway, a classic. This is probably going to be backwards. The Old Man and the Sea. Very good book, fun little, it's a short story. I wouldn't even call it a novel. It's a very small 100-pager. Yeah, they're good. I remember this year, I think one of my goals was to read 52 books this year. I've read like 5, so it's good, but I'm a few books behind. And I'm currently reading this book by Cormac McCarthy, I should say, The Road. Super dark, super weird. But it's good. It's like, I don't know. It's like post-apocalyptic, but like when it starts, when the apocalypse starts, it's like 30 years or even 50 years after that. It's like after the apocalypse. There literally is nothing. Like they're scrounging for everything. It's very cool. It's very fun.
Cool. That sounds like an awesome book.
Yeah, it came out in 2006. So it's kind of like, it's interesting. Anyways.
After you're done with it.
Yeah. You have free range to the cabinet here. We have a bookshelf full of shit.
I'm gonna add some stuff to that.
There's literally no room.
I got a good one. I got a good book that I want you to read that I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Sean Avery's bibliography.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Sean Avery. Interesting. Mm-hmm. That'd be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting books out there to read. And this is great because it's surprising that you brought this up because this is a great way to lead into treasure and discovery. I mean, treasure we'll get into a little bit afterwards, but discovery, there's something about rediscovering old books, but also the feeling of discovery to new, and this extrapolates to everything, right? But specifically books, music, I mean, art in any way. Art, I guess, because even video games, like certain video games can really tick your nostalgia and just be like, oh shit, I remember doing this the first time and being like, oh my God, this is so much fun, right? Be it Minecraft, be it Halo, be it, whatever you were when you were a kid, like Crash Bandicoot or Mario Kart. Like we all have these weird things in our head. They just kind of bring us back to that point of discovery. And it's just, this book's old as fuck, It's been sitting on shelves for thousands of days, and it's just I've never even thought to touch it. It's cool. there's so many things out there you can continue to go and discover, which is fucking crazy. I don't know. It's just it's an interesting thing to think about. But yeah, discovery. What's one thing, like, what was one book when you read it you were like, oh shit?
A book?
Yeah.
Probably have to go with the David Goggins.
I was gonna say that Can't Hurt Me book. You love that one. You love that fucking book.
Honestly, I think everyone should read that book.
Yeah.
It'll make you so much stronger. Especially if you like follow the rules and stuff that he has in there. And take everything in.
Well, I remember when I was a kid. I remember when I lived in Whitehorse. We were running all over the place. We'd bike all over the place. And I remember going down the green belt of where there was kind of a green belt that attached to the bigger forest, you know, deeper into the woods. And it was like in our cul-de-sac, we kind of had like a shortcut through it. And I remember just the first few times going down there as like 7-year-olds, you know, and every summer it was different, you know, the terrain kind of had shifted, but the tracks were still the same, obviously, and everything was still in the same spot. But you'd go and find new little places to go hang out in the woods, and we'd make different jumps in the tracks and stuff, like on the off sides. And I don't know, just that feeling of discovery and finding something new. And I don't know, it's crazy to me to think that there was a point where they were just in ships. They had fucking nothing, and they're like, there's got to be something further that way. There's got to be, like, Asia's got to be over there. Like, if this is a globe, Asia's over that way. Even though it's that way, it's also that way. Like, and to think that there was a point where, you know, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds were like, fuck, there might be something that way. Like, they spent 40 years just never knowing. You know, never, or never even thinking about it, you know? And I don't know, just with space, with the way computers are going and stuff, with the new answers that are coming out, the discovering that we're doing now in 2022, like, there's things that we definitely are like, that's ridiculous. Oh, we're not even thinking about that, but it's to be discovered still. I don't know. It's an interesting little thought. I don't know. It's you look back at these fucking guys like what was this one guy's name? I was looking up some of these. Oh yeah, Amerigo Vespucci. You know, Amerigo Vespucci, one of the first guys to like, what is it? Go all around the world. You know, no.
When did he do that?
No, that's not right. Navigator, explorer, prominent. Oh, he was prominent in exploring the New World. I should say. Pardon me. The New World, which is just the Americas, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, a fan favorite, Christopher Columbus. You know,
our man.
Yeah, one of the fan favorites. The literal worst when it comes to settlers, that's for sure. And also close to home, Jean Cabot. Jean Cabot. He found Canada. He found Canada. You know what I mean? Again, it's like Canada had already been found for a very long time. A very long time, actually. It's just the fucking English. No, and he was Venetian. I don't even know what that is. Venice?
Does that mean he's Venezuelan?
Oh, maybe. Is that what it is? Venezuela? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Venetian. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Interesting.
Christopher Columbus, he like went to the Americas,
right? Yeah, he found the Americas.
And like brought the disease over and killed off all like the native.
Well, he brought guns is pretty much what he brought, and they had bows and arrows. But like they were.
Didn't they get sick though?
They were like, was it they? Yeah, they brought sickness with them as well.
Yeah.
Right, but
some new some new germs that they haven't seen before.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, you might be covering your mic with the pillow.
With what pillow?
Or with something. I'm just making sure you're not too quiet there.
No, there's.
Yeah, you're awake. Oh, okay.
Nothing to be covered here.
Okay. Never mind.
Sorry. Do I sound quiet?
You do. You sound better now.
When I put it down here, do I sound good?
Yeah, it's fine. You're good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, eyebrows. There, you flashed the table of the first supper right there. The first recording.
That was the day.
Yeah, it was.
Discovery, hey?
Yeah, talk about discovery. Hey, and we're still in discovery mode right now. We're still discovering what works and what doesn't because the TikTokers hate us. The TikTokers hate us, which is perfect. That's what I want. I want hate. I want you to hate us. That's fine. Comedy takes a second. That's okay.
That's the beauty of that clip we posted was
it's so out of context.
So out of context. Right in your face, but you have to go listen to the episode.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Absolutely. And if you actually think that I want to harvest children, like if you genuinely think that I don't want people aborting their children to harvest them, like come on, like that's fucking comical. I love it. And that thing got 12 likes. That comment got 12 likes too. I love it. So people agree. People fucking agree with the guy. Cheers. Fucking cheers. I put
a couple saves and shares on it.
I love it. You can't tell me that if you're looking to impregnate a woman at 40 years old, it's going to be a 25-year-old. Okay? Like, come on. Seriously. It's just ridiculous. Talk about discovery. But then, okay, so there's some of these guys, discovery is part of it, but then you think, how many of them are just fucking pirates? How many of them were, like, could you not just consider this fucking Christopher Columbus guy a pirate?
But then also, what if, like, they weren't intending on finding that discovery, they just came across it, right? That's another thing to think about, too.
That's true. And I'm sure that obviously happened, but I mean...
Doing something else, but then something else comes.
Like, there's this one kid who... Oh, yeah, this one kid, he was a boy, and he wanted to do it, and then he did it. He was the...
There was this boy, he wanted to do it, and then he did it.
Yeah, he wanted to do it. He's like, look, I understand that being a ship guy, you can command a ship. You can be a captain of a ship. That's a profession, right? So he's like, nobody's just done the globe? Okay. So he led the first European voyage to discover to circumnavigate the globe. His name's Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan. Stupid name, but that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
Egyptian?
Old names.
Anyways, yeah.
I think older names are cool. Like,
no, that is actually kind of cool. Magellan.
Maybe I'll call my kid Magellan.
Magellan. That's how you would say that. Interesting. He was killed in battle. He died in battle. So that's kind of cool. He died in a pirate's death, you know? But he also went all the way around the fucking planet. That's cool. In a ship. That's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Right? Couldn't you do that at like the north or south? You'd have to do it around the south. What is it? Hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, right? That's the only place you could do that. Right? I think so.
I imagine, like, I don't know how his path was, but yeah, the southern hemisphere is the only spot where you can really get through.
All the way through, right?
In the north,
it blocks up in Canada.
Get blocked up, yeah.
Yeah, there's like that little breakage right between Argentina and Antarctica. That's cool. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. The whole discovery thing. You always go back to like, oh, they were on ships, and they were like, holy fuck, they were doing it on ships. Like that would suck. That would suck so bad. Like, oh my god, can you imagine being on like this fucking dirty ship with these dirty men and just dirt all over the. No, you don't get to shower. You don't. I don't know. Did they swim in the water? You probably don't want to get wet.
On the pirate ship, like where do you shit?
I mean, off this fucking side. You hang over. Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen in like the movies or the cartoons of like the pirate ships of.
You have two friends. You have two friends. They anchor you down and they lean you over the edge and you just fucking drop trow for a second and then they pull you back up. Right? That could work. Yeah. That could work. That's weird. Yeah.
Can you search that up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did pirates shit? I would assume in a bucket, and then they toss it overboard. You put water in a bucket from, down below, at the bow, Oh, there. Oh, this. Oh, interesting. How do pirates relieve themselves? In most ships, there would be a place at the bow, front end of the ship called the head. This hole was a hole in the floor to squat over. Feces would fall directly into the sea below.
Oh.
There's a hole in the ship.
There's a hole in the ship.
That's smart.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, at the head. Interesting. Very interesting. They pooped. They pooped. They did have to poop. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it makes you wonder. Like, there's discoveries of items. Like, there's discoveries of things that changed our lives. Right? Wheel, compass, nails. Right? They keep us. Sure. Right? Those are interesting things. But more realistic things that have changed. It's all been in science in the past, like 20 years. Medicine, if anything, medicine. Like penicillin, just the fact that we know how to synthetically make what is it called? Oh fuck, what's that shit called? What are the things? I can't believe I'm forgetting the name.
Yeah.
Diabetics need insulin. Fucking hell, we got insulin. Like that stuff's important. Even little things. Fucking, we just take vitamins now. We have actual vitamins that you can go to the store and you can eat specific vitamins. Like, it's just, that stuff wasn't available 50 years ago. They weren't doing that 50 years ago.
Imagine if the pirates had those vitamin C pills.
They could have that vitamin C. They probably wouldn't have been on a ship too, because we'd have computers. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's cool to think that was a time at one point where, yeah, they were thinking about what was on the other side, All right, sorry. So the treasure. So the one thing I wanted to bring up about treasure is, like, isn't all treasure bullshit now? Like, or do you think there is still little treasures hidden around that people like? That I think is a cool thought, that there's unknown treasures that are still to be found. There's gotta be, right?
Has to be, yeah.
But not like National Geographics where you're gonna find them in like the fucking pyramid and it's gonna be all cool and there's gonna be rotating, technology and it's aliens in the end. Like, it's not gonna be that cool. It's gonna be, there's a note with maybe some really minute coordinates somewhere that you somehow would have to figure out by making your own map. Like, who knows? Right? But in the in like the jungles of, I don't know, you'd think maybe there's some stashes still chilling somewhere, Makes you wonder.
Especially those like big forests and shit that just no one really has explored.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of that. There's a fucking lot of that.
You know what I think the next big thing, man? It's the bottom of the ocean. I want to know.
Okay, so in 2012, this is interesting. In 2012, I remember seeing that like 1% of the ocean had been explored, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's gone up. It's gone up some percentage the past few years. I wonder what we're going to discover once, like, we're at 25, 35, 45%. Because once we get, like, when I heard that when I was like 13, 14, I was just like, wait. Like, we have satellites. Like, what are we, like, I like astronomy. Like, I like the idea of space travel and stuff. And like, let's go explore past our moon. But like, shouldn't we fucking cross our T's and dot our I's first? Like, shouldn't we figure out what's on the planet first? Doesn't that make sense? Like, let's get a little bit more money put into knowing what's on our fucking planet. Like, I think that's important. I don't know. Okay, what are we at now? What are you thinking? I'm thinking we're at 6% now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 5. The sea's hard though, Max. Like, the pressure is just way too crazy.
Right, to get even under there, I guess.
Let's search up what's the furthest we've gone down.
What's the deepest we've gone down? Definitely pretty deep, right?
Yeah.
But again, what's the deepest we've gone down? What's the deepest actually out there? We don't know. That's a cool thought too, right? How much of right.
How much of the ocean have we explored? Fuck me. The vodka crowns are hitting hard.
Vodka crowns, hey?
Ugh.
We're at approximately 5%. Approximately 5%.
Got it.
Yeah, you killed it. Oh, that's 2016. Shit.
Uh-oh.
It's more. There's no way from 2016 to 2022 it's only 5. That's insane.
COVID, man.
Oh, COVID. Oh, right.
Stopped us
Oh,
from exploring the ocean.
yeah, that's right. We were allowed to stay at home and enjoy our lives for 2 years. That's right.
And we did.
And we fucking did. Except for the people that work at grocery stores, gas stations, McDonald's.
Yeah.
But if you were an accountant making over $127,000 a year, you got to stay home, fucker. That's great. I love that. How does that work? How does that fucking work? Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, okay, 5%, whatever, sure. I don't believe that for a second. It's got to be at least 6 or 7. From 2016, that's a massive difference. It's insane.
The ocean?
It's insane. The ocean's big. 1% is a lot of distance covered. Is what I'm saying.
What's the deepest we've gone?
Right.
What if there's like underwater like pyramids? Like what if there's like old civilizations that are now underwater?
Whoa, this just turned into a completely different podcast. The Challenger Deep and is located in the western Marianas Trench. People say Marianas Trench, right? 10,935 meters.
That's the deepest part of the ocean?
That's what they're saying. The deepest part of the ocean is called the Challenger Deep.
I think that's right, though.
And is located between yeah.
The ocean, like because it's like the
interesting
of the plates going in.
Oh, okay.
The room goes down.
Right. So it kind of has to be then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the plates are converging. They're going down within each other, and all the. That's
the Earth's butthole. It's the Earth's butt crack, pretty much. It's what it is.
It's deep though.
It's got a deep crack. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, very interesting though. I don't know. Very interesting. But yeah. I was gonna say.
Any other discoveries?
So one big discovery. Let's see.
What's the biggest discovery?
I mean, probably aliens on the moon. I would say aliens being on the moon is probably our biggest discovery. Okay.
The dark side of the moon?
Yeah.
Are they Transformers?
Yeah. Okay. So, as I said, the greatest scientific discoveries of all time. Now, this one I think is going to be the biggest one that's going to have the biggest, like, long-term ramifications. Genome editing, like, in its primitive stages of genome editing, which saying that is a stupid sentence because the fact that we're at that point is insane. But once we get to advanced genome editing, then it's like, okay, we can pretty much make whatever the fuck we want at this point. Like, oh, you want a Pikachu? We'll make you that. Like, okay, you want something that shoots electricity? I mean, shoots electricity, maybe not, but let's take an electric eel and let's take a porcupine and let's take these, and let's make an animal out of this that will work. They could get to a point where they're going to be doing that. So that's interesting. Electricity, that's on there for sure. Electricity is a big one. I mean, it fucking keeps it just keeps everybody alive, really. Sight, like being able to see at all times, electricity, it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Understanding RNA sequencing and DNA, I mean, that's kind of right.
We learn that in biology.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy to think that we even are capable of seeing that, and then, of course, taking that science and bringing it to other things like fossils, taking it to carbon dating, taking it to and seeing all these changes, and then being able to make actual theories on where we came from. I've been watching a lot of creationism versus evolution, and it's just interesting how like creationists really have zero. Then this book said a thing. They have no evidence other than this book said a thing, and this is what I believe, right? And I'm Catholic. I'll say it like I'm Catholic, right? So, I mean, is there, believing in God and is there a God are two different things. I'd say, believing in a God is one thing. Is there a God? Well, do we need to get into that? You know, do we need to get into the idea that there is a God, or can we just believe there's a God? You know, because yeah, it's a book and somebody wrote it. So there's that, right? Like we really have to think about that. Yeah, maybe it's on thinner paper and there's numbers next to every fucking saying in the book, but it's still a fucking book. Like it can change over time and it can be interpreted differently over the years. We suck as humans. We're the shit. We're the absolute worst. I don't know. Christianity is interesting, though. It is very interesting. I think there's something to it. But the Earth was not formed 4,000 years ago. I'm sorry. It's just that doesn't add up. That doesn't add up, and all the science fucking says it. So I don't know.
I'm more on the science side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
But I'm all for religion.
Yeah, there's good things that come out of religion, I think is what it comes down to, right? But this isn't the religion podcast. So this one is interesting, and I don't really know what it is. This is the one thing on here that I'm not really too. There's also CRISPR, which is like what? Clustered regularly interspace short palindromic repeats. CRISPR. I have no fucking clue. I've heard of CRISPR science, but I don't know what it is. Levodopa. Levodopa, also known as levocarb and cocarodopa, is the combination of two medications. Holy fuck, carbidopa and levodopa. It is primarily used to manage the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, but it does not slow down the disease or stop it from getting worse. Okay. Interesting. That's a drug. Cool. That's a drug that's been created. Apparently, it's important. That's cool.
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
That's just it, man. There's so much stuff that we just never heard of.
Yeah.
It's like massive.
Yeah, and that's so true. And I mean, it comes from books to good, it goes from books to good music to good medicine to good authors to good, all of it.
Condoms. Let's search up and see when was the first condom made. What was it made out of?
Right. Leather. For sure. Reusable.
Like this reusable leather sock you just throw on the old Johnny.
Yeah. It's second as a cock ring too, because you had to like strap it down to keep it.
Yeah. Like a belt?
Yeah, it's a belt. Absolutely. Or even worse, it's just lace, just leather lace, and you have to like tie it like your skates. All right, I'm ready. That's great. In 1839, inventor Charles Goodyear discovered rubber vulcanization, the technology of which led to creation of the first rubber condoms in 1855. So it took them fucking a few years. It took them over 20 years to think like, hey, let's put this on our cock and then we won't come in the girl. It's interesting. It took them that. It took them. Given that they were the thickness of a bicycle inner tube and had no custom fitted, they were more than a little cumbersome. They were terrible. Wait, the thickness of a bicycle inner tube? So like, wow, extra girth. Yeah. What did they use before condoms? They didn't. Wait. In the 1500s, Japanese men wore condoms made from tortoise shells and animal horns. Fucking hell. How did that keep it out?
Those poor women.
It's the poor tortoise. I don't know. Poor guy getting used to just be used to fuck. It's unfortunate.
He's being used to fuck.
Hey, I mean, at least they were using all parts of the tortoise. That I can respect.
Jesus.
That I can respect.
They saw how big the penis was on the tortoise. They're like, yeah, I need a little bit of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, tortoises have massive cocks.
Really?
They do.
Interesting. Didn't know this.
It's got to get out of the shell, right?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Videos. It's very disturbing, but it's nature.
What is penicillin? Oh, penicillin is just antibiotics. Got it. That's why it's so useful. Antibiotics are pretty fucking crazy. Oh yeah, and anesthetics. So when you have to get cut open, you don't feel anything. That's kind of good.
Using your mouth and shit when you're getting something done.
This is controversial. Only controversial because I'm going to say it and Spotify's going to flag it. Vaccines are good. They help us. I'm saying the right things. They do, though. They do. Like, scientifically proven, vaccines are good for us. They've kept us alive. That's the whole point. That's why we get vaccinated.
They weren't here. We wouldn't be here.
No, regardless of the times, it's just vaccines have gotten humanity to where they are today. Because we would have been just wiped out a few times over at this point, right? There's no way. Even with COVID wasn't even that bad. Like, COVID could have been a lot fucking worse if we didn't. Yeah, but it could have been a lot worse, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, yeah. Anyways, very exciting stuff. But yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. It's a quick cookie cutter podcast, treasure and discovery. But yeah, I think what we can take from this: continue reading, continue discovering, continue exploring. Continue trying to see new things, add things to your bag, add stuff to your noggin up there.
Memorable things. It's things you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
The first things you discover,
Yeah, absolutely.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah. So very educational podcast this week. Very educational. Yeah. No ranting. Not too much ranting this week, which is good. Brett's gonna be here. Brett's gonna be showing up to Victoria in a few weeks. So look forward to that. Season 3 around the corner. Season 3 is around the corner.
Season 3 is gonna run it. It's gonna be good.
Sophia has made it home, so we're gonna end the podcast here. But yeah, you can find me at Jeremy Jonier. No hacks needed. Follow the TikTok. Please keep up the.
Follow the TikTok. Yes, follow the TikTok, guys.
We appreciate it. We appreciate the comments. We know that guy's not going to listen to it, but that's okay. That's fine. We appreciate his comment.
Download. Tell your friends to download. Download on everything.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And remember, do not abort. Sell. Do not abort your children. Sell your children. Thank you for joining us.
Sell them.
Double down.
Double down.